In this episode of the Bucs Daily Minute Cast, I have the latest on Chris Godwin. He is still in a non-contact jersey. I'll give you the latest on the injury report on your Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and then I'll talk about Todd Bowles' experience with the Jets helped him form to be the coach he is today. I'll talk about all of that and more next on this edition of the Bucs Daily Minute Cast. Keep it right here.
MinuteCast Media.
10,000!
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers MinuteCast starts right now.
Bucks on 3, 1, 2, 3, Bucks!
This is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers MinuteCast. Well, hello and welcome into this edition of the Bucs Daily Minute Cast. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. As always, this podcast is free and available on all the major platforms. So when you're using your podcatcher of choice, make sure and hit that follow or subscribe button. That way you will know when the new podcasts are available. My name is Dan Holme. You can find me on Twitter. It's at DanCaps218. You can find the show on the Bucs Report. Check them out online, bucksreport.com. You can find this show on YouTube. Just look up Bucs Report. And of course, this podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. So it is game day coming up here on Sunday as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Dallas Cowboys. And there are some questions out there that need to be answered. Is Chris Godwin, in fact, going to be playing? We'll talk about that a little bit later in the show. And is Tom Brady and company, are they going to be able to rise to the challenge and take on this Dallas Cowboys team? On paper, it looks like it should be a slam dunk, but will it be? We'll talk about that, but let's get to some of the news first. Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin is practicing with an orange non-contact jersey. Mike Edwards, who missed Thursday's practice with an illness, has returned. Zyon McCollum still out with a hamstring, so that is one of the areas of concern, is if Godwin's going to be in there in the extensive injuries that are starting to stack up for the Bucs. Do they have the depth in place to end up winning these games? Bucs wide receiver Chris Godwin was in an orange non-contact jersey following stretching. Rookie defenseman lineman Logan Hall on his progress and comfort level in the defense from a month ago. Oh man, I'm way more comfortable. You should have seen me. First snap, first game. I'm glad I got my feet wet when I did. I'm hot and ready to go in Dallas. And you better be ready because the rubber meets the road on Sunday. This is the regular season now. We can put away all the pre-games and the OTAs. This is when the Buccaneers really need to come and rise and shine. Bucs rookie Logan Hall liking the DL rotation with Golston via Hicks leading him and Nunez, Roches, and O'Connor subbing in. Fresh legs on the field are better than dead legs. So coming in, keeping guys fresh and everyone at a high level, that is a great deal. Bucs rookie Logan Hall is from Belton, Texas, about 2 hours south of Dallas. It's an away game, but it's always a home game for me. I'm real excited. Grew up rooting for the Cowboys, but said his family in Texas is rooting for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that's what it's all about, rooting for your Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucs safety Keanu Neal played for Dallas last season as a linebacker and faces his old team Sunday. It's going to be exciting to go against guys I know, a lot of fun, a lot of adrenaline. It's going to be game time. Only other time Bucs safety Keanu played against his old team, it worked out pretty well. Dallas played Atlanta last year and won 43-3. Head coach Todd Bowles on the Bucs need to be different after last year's narrow season opening win over Cowboys. Definitely penalties. We had 11 of them, and turning over the ball, we had 4. So between 11 penalties and 4 turnovers, we were lucky to win that ball game. Bowles on Sunday's opener, it's opening day. You're not going to know what anybody has until they go out there, They're going to be guessing on us. We're going to be guessing on them. So we've just got to go out and play fundamental football. Bowles goes on to say on what the team can take last year's win over Dallas in week 1, penalties, and just the ability to overcome those and just, kind of be able to snap it in. This is game time. This is Buccaneers football. This is ostensibly the last season with Tom Brady playing for the Buccaneers. This is most likely his last season playing in the NFL. And let's make no mistake about it. Tom Brady came back to win another Super Bowl. He came back to win another Super Bowl in Tampa. He could have gone out. What was the rumor mill out there? The rumor mill was that he was going to go to San Francisco, or maybe he was going to go for one last hurrah up in New England, but he came here. It was unfinished business. I was watching his presser yesterday, and he was asked about all sorts of things. He goes, I want to concentrate on the game and stop asking me about Gronkowski. He's not on this team. You got Kyle Rudolph out there. And like he talked about, no one actually can go out and replace what Gronk did for this team. But that's what this Bucs team is going to have to do. They're going to have to rise to the challenge and be ready for Dallas as they're playing them on Sunday. All right, so after the break here, we are going to continue to talk about the Bucs. We are going to talk about the injury list. We're going to talk about Todd Bowles' experience with the Jets and what that means for this team going forward. The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 Weed Whacker, ear and nose trimmer, hair plus crop preserver ball deodorant, crop reviver toner, performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. First off, the Lawnmower 4.0 is the trimmer of the future, and dare I say the greatest ball trimmer ever. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents. Thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology, the Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and also has a 4000K LED spotlight you need for a more precise shave. Because this trimmer is waterproof, you can say goodbye to the mess on the bathroom floor. You thought that was good, but you want to take your grooming game even further to the next level. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker nose and hair trimmer. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and provides a proprietary skin-safe technology which helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Their Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner will change the way you approach your hygiene. Trust me when I say this, fellas, your balls will thank you. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package, the Manscaped Boxer Briefs and the Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with promo code MinuteCast. So get 20% off and free shipping with the promo code MinuteCast at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use promo code MINUTECAST. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. All right, welcome back to this edition of the Bucs Daily MinuteCast. I want to thank Manscaped out there for helping sponsor these independent podcasts. I have no affiliation with a major podcast company, but Manscaped really stepped up and helped by sponsoring this show, and for them, I say thank you. All right, in this next segment, we are going to talk about the injury list out there. This was in the Bucs Wire. They were talking about it. We do know about Chris Godwin. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have released their final injury report for Sunday night's regular season opener against the Dallas Cowboys. And the defending NFC South champs are fairly healthy when it comes to their active 53-man list. Here are the players who have injuries designations heading into week 1. So cornerback Zyon McCollum, we kind of knew about that. Wide receiver Chris Godwin, wide receiver Russell Gage, and then for the Cowboys out there, Michael Gallup is also, and Jaron Kearse. So there are some injuries, and I think, I thought that Godwin would be good to go, but if he is still in a no contact jersey, that does kind of give me some worry. That does give me some pause. The good thing about the Buccaneers is that they are pretty stacked in the wide receiver department. So I think, going forward, I have some confidence that this Bucs team will be able to pull it off. So in this article in The Athletic, they were talking about Todd Bowles' experience with the Jets helps shape his approach as the Bucs head coach. And he had some great years working under Bruce Arians, and I think that has put him in a good position to win. If you take a look at what he did with the Jets out there, it was a bit of a dumpster fire. It's still a dumpster fire out there. So that was a good place for him to cut his teeth, and now he is playing for a legitimate winner. He is playing for Tom Brady's Buccaneers, or he's the head coach of the Tom Brady's Buccaneers. So I think that he can kind of harness what he learned with the Jets. He can harness what he learned from Bruce Arians, and I think he can put it to good. Todd Bowles' promotion to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coach job this spring, taking over the retired Bruce Arians, seems like the easiest coaching transition ever, such that the biggest change apparently is the throne now at his disposal. People ask me the biggest difference between the job I had and the job I have, and the only difference that is a commodity that was a must is now I have my own bathroom, Bowles said after a practice last week. There is a lot to be said for that. And guys, I think we know what he's talking about. As Tampa Bay's defensive coordinator the past 3 seasons, Bowles had completely had authority over his side of the ball, but that didn't extend to the facilities and the team. Believe me when I tell you, the locker room, and you can find a place to go to the bathroom, you're running all over the place, he said. So my own bathroom, that has a joy in and of itself. Other than that, it's kind of the same for me. Bowles also had a roster flush with talent when he first became the coach of the New York Jets 7 years ago in 2015. He was taking over a team that had gone 4-12 the previous season and had missed the playoffs 4 years in a row. When Arians decided to retire from coaching this spring and move to a front office role with the Bucs, Bowles inherited a loaded team coming off a franchise record 13-win season, a true playoff contender with Tom Brady at quarterback and 14 other starters still around from a Super Bowl championship won just 19 months before. The expectations are wildly different from the first time around. The Bucs have never won back-to-back division titles in their 46-year history, but any success will start here. But Brady is 45. Potentially this is his last season, and it is. And we know that Brady is going to go on to his broadcasting career after this, and good for him. It's just one of those things. I know it has kind of caused some strife in his marriage, or that is what is said there. Tom Brady is coming out to win another Super Bowl. Let's hope he can do it. My expectations are always high, and it doesn't change with what I inherit or what I take over. He says, my expectations for myself are high. My expectation for everyone that's under me is very high. We don't look at anything as insurmountable, and I never have. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but if you let it change your mindset, you become a loser right off the top. Back in 2015, Bowles' first season with the Jets was a surprise success with a late 5-game winning streak, putting them at 10-5 the final week of the season. In the finale at Buffalo, they fell 13-0, but rallied back. Early in the fourth quarter, they were down 19-17, and they had the ball on the Bills 14, well within reach of a go-ahead score. But quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick threw the first of 3 interceptions in the final 11 minutes. And even that, a deep ball and potential touchdown slipped through the hands of receiver Tompkins in the final 30-second. The Jets lost 22-17. So Bowles has some experience of winning and losing, like what I talked about there. If he can go out there and harness what he learned with the Jets, and he can harness what he learned with the Bucs, that is a positive stepping stone for him, because we all got to learn from our experiences in life. When I first took the Jets job, I tried to learn everything, Bowles said. I had an offensive playbook, and I tried to learn it as a well-defensive playbook just to be on the same page, not to call it. That's my job this time around. My job is to manage this team. I think I'm a lot more, I don't want to say easygoing, but just familiar with running a team as opposed to starting up running a team. And, I think Bowles is in a really good position. If you want to talk about inheriting a situation, talk about what he inherited in New York. That has always been a team that has struggled for years. So to go to a team that has Brady as the quarterback and just winning a Super Bowl a few years before, I think that he's in a lot better shape. It's exactly the same. Byron has full autonomy on offense. Bowles said, we talk every day. We're on the same page. We talk about the situations in football, 3rd and 1 before the half and all that stuff. We're on the headset together. But as far as knowing his guys and controlling the offense, he has full autonomy. So it's kind of good that Bowles is just kind of letting him, make the calls out there. And that's what you got to kind of rely on. You got to, rely on your defensive coaches and your offensive coaches out there to make wise decisions, because if you don't trust them at the end of the day, why do you have them out there anyway? All right, so Bucs fans, it is game day. It is going to be game day this Sunday as your Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Dallas Cowboys. What are some of the things you're looking for? Hit me up on Twitter at DanCaps218. Is there any chance? Is there any people out there that think that the Dallas Cowboys are going to come away and win this game? If you listen to a lot of the insiders, if you listen to Schefter and a lot of those, no one is really picking the Cowboys to win. So I do think that a win is within the Buccaneers' grasp. All right, once again, thank you for joining me on this edition of the Bucs Daily Minute Cast, and I will talk about the game with you guys on Monday.